line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
And hello again, and welcome back here to the show here live at Darlington Raceway. As they just got a mouse stuck in my fur. What the hell was that? Okay, so, sorry about that, folks. Here in the studio, we apparently have a mouse in our house. And, it just literally came out of nowhere and just scared me half to death. Again, I've had it, I saw it one time, but now this time it literally was right in the studio with me, and now all of a sudden I am trying not to, run away from it. But, yeah, let's get back to the business, shall we? Because we got a race to cover and call. I think we took care of it, but can never be too sure. Anyway, welcome back to the show, and now that I've caught my breath and my anxiety is through the roof, here's our drivers here tonight. Tyler Boatman in the 10 Toyota Tundra. Paul Drick in that 43, the Flex Seal machine there. Can't quite get a good glimpse of it from that camera angle here. Take a look here. There he is, the Flex Tape. 43. There's the 31 here. Tonight is Rick Spencer Walt. CEG Chevrolet. Mike McMillan there in the 42 as well. Another guy to keep your eye on here. Brandon Coleman in that 51 here tonight. with Rick LePage falling in pursuit, and Justin lost in the 20 to round out your field on that end. As we are currently finishing up qualifying now, the qualifying session has come to an end, which means it's about time to go here, as I'm about ready to go find out who kind of animal control and pests we have around here, because apparently we still can't get rid of this.
Green, green, green.
Okay. Sorry about that, folks, again. So that was not very professional of us on our end. We do apologize deeply for that. That was not what we were hoping to do around here. And sounds like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties as well, so give us 1 minute here. There we go, we got things taken care of. There's already trouble there on the front straightaway here. There's problems down there. We got a little bit of problems here. Brandon Coleman coming to a complete stop here on the front straightaway here and completely spun and halted around. Came around down out of turn 4 there, and unfortunately couldn't quite hold it off. That corner very tight to master and tight to hang into. And that set him up for disaster, unfortunately. I will say this, if the string gets a little too out of hand because that mouse running around, we will go back and redo it here for the guys here. That was not fair to them at all. Rick Spencer Wall in the 31 right now, currently doing battle here in the 7th place position. As you see, the 10 here, Tyler Boltman has the early advance and the early lead here. Tyler Bowman right now, one of the guys that is kind of trying to look for that win as of late. Up on the show and try to pull off some good runs and some good battles here. He seems to be off to a pretty good start here, finding his way in. There's that mouse, yeah, the mouse is down below there. I don't know how it got in here, but that mouse is still in here. It's been flying around, it's been coming around. It literally ran across my feet, across my wheel and stuff and everything. It just completely came out of nowhere. Scared the bejesus out of me. It scared me half to death. I couldn't even believe it. Yeah, I'm live right now. Oh my god, my mic's still on. Alright guys, back to the action here right now currently. That was the producer right here in the background there. Saying we got a way to take care of that stupid mouse that's running around here. Hopefully that catches him. Hopefully he doesn't run across my feet ever again. That was horrifying. Anyway, a little bit of trouble there out of turn. Looks like turn 2 there for Rick Spencer Walter in 31. Going way, or turn 4 I should say, goes way into the wall protection, couldn't quite get it off that line, ends up into the barrier there, and that's going to set him back a ways here. Running their way through the field here, down the front straightaway here, the drivers giving it all they got and all the way, and Greg Zanzik saying that's my favorite introduction in history. Oh, shut up. It's bad enough I have a mouse running around. I don't need a Zadie fam annoying me as well. Like, that was legitimately scary. On so many levels. Let's go on board here with Rick Spencer Wald working it on down the front, out of turn 2. And no, folks, I'm not doing this for showbiz. This is legit. Like, there is a legit rodent running around in our studio right now, and it's been horrifying and terrifying us here at the studio. And I'm getting really annoyed that no one has been able to come after and get it. Tried it twice now to catch it, and nothing worked there. So, speaking of running around like a mouse and a rat in his cage here, Modma currently running away from a bunch of hungry cats behind him here. Paul Durkee, Mike McMillan, and Rick Spencer Watt have a pretty good line up to the pocket here early on him. Has about 70 laps here they have to complete here, and a lot of runs to come with it. Coming across there, get a little bit into that wall protection yet again. You can just see how tight they are having to hold their line, trying to stabilize it in as Rick LePage makes them pay for that out of turn 4. Now you're wondering, well, what's the big deal? Like, why are these guys struggling so bad? Well, if you take a look closely here on our little cap cam here, you see how wide there that turn 1 and 2 is. That's the entry and the way it's set up. Now watch what happens as they come here down around out of turn 3 and 4. Notice how tight that tightens up and how far they're having to move into the bottom so they don't corner off onto that high side. That's why it's so hard for these drivers to keep their momentum and keep their positioning through all the way down the end. If you take a look at the track tech talk here, you can see as well what we're talking about. Whereas that turn 1 and 2 is completely diverse and changed up from where they're set up and how they bring it down. Whereas turn 3 and 4, you're probably wondering, well, why is that so tight? Like, why does that look more like a road course or Martinsville kind of style version? Well, you're not wrong, but here's the thing. The reason why it's like that is because actually the owner, when this track was built, actually had a pond, had a little pool down there that was built earlier on before the track was, and to make sure that they never got into that area or issue, they ended up just making the track work from that in that case. So that's how you got that set up to begin with. And again, I want to say real quick, the East Coast Racing Circuit, everything watch this back. I do deeply apologize for the way that started. I was not intending for a mouse of all things to scare me half to death. So, but we're gonna try to get this one through, and if worst comes to worst, we will go back and redo the race here. But nevertheless, here down out of turn 1, down into turn 2 here. Mike McMillan has the advantage here, still working his way down out of turn 2. Has a pretty good spot up into the pocket area and running away. We'll see if that holds up later on here. Trying to corner in, trying to stabilize it down. McMillan doing everything he can to keep it going for himself. So hard to really run this track and really keep a clear pace of what you're doing out here. See him get right into that wall protection too. That's not going to help them out at all. Gets him hurt off that corner and really out of a bad spot. Seems to have it dialed up back a little bit here. Seems to be a little more careful. As I say, that looks like he's got right back into the wall protection once again. That's going to be something you're going to notice a lot tonight, folks. It's just how hard it is to keep these things online, much less not put them into the wall. Tyler Boatman right now is the only guy that's been able to really keep ahead of that issue and transition here. Get a good look at this onboard camera here. You see just how high the banking gets to this turn, but watch how the banking is to this next turn coming up right about, I don't know, probably about now. Night and day completely. Crazy to say the least here how that works in and how it all plays out, but that's just the way things are here with these drivers. Everyone for themselves and everyone trying to get something going for here. Brandon Coleman way back at the field right now, having some problems earlier on after a little spin out. Seems the guy fixed up a little bit, and he still had some damage in the rear end there, although I don't know if maybe that was just from hitting the wall a few too many times. As you've seen earlier there with McMillan, kept tagging the wall pretty bad as well. Rick Spencer Wald as well, kind of spread out apart here. The only guy he's got in mind right now is Mike McMillan as we go onto the onboard camera here with him. Down out of that turn, down out of turn 4 here, straight down to the front straightaway, down to the big open area to 1 and 2. One thing that really we haven't talked about as well here on Darlington is that it's so hard to pass. It's so hard to really make a jump and a spot up in those areas when all is said and done. It's one of the big things that a lot of these guys have been trying to fight with all day long. Is trying to figure out how to connect in the turns and really fight away from the troubles they may have later. Making passes here though, well, that's easier said than done on a multitude of levels. All Durkee right now currently in the number 5 flex seal, flex tape Ford F-150. Kind of just running around here doing what he has to do to hold his line in and stabilize it down. Seems to be working quite well for him early on, but will that be the case later? That remains to be seen. If you look at lap times right now, let's go ahead and show you how the top 5 are right now. This is Rick LePage and Rick Spencer Wall on how their times look at the moment here. And you can see LePage is catching up to Spencer. Spencer's not exactly running away from him here yet. And with about 50 to go here, that still is saying a lot when you got tires that are burning in quicker than you know it. Now you look at Mike McMillan and you look at what Spencer Wall's up to. And it's almost like now Spencer Wall has lost a little bit of ground there from Mike McMillan. McMillan seems to have a little bit more of a push in those corners. He seems to have a little bit more run that's helping him stabilize in. As it comes across down here now for lap 20 here, this is how this will play out as he works it down to the front straightaway. See what the time is here for Spencer and McMillan. Looks like it's going to be Spencer going back another second here for McMillan. McMillan making some charges up there. Paul Durkee right now, well, he's pretty much doing the same thing McMillan's doing to the Spencer Wall, the other guys behind him, and that's just staying ahead of him and not losing any ground or time on him. Durkee has really been kind of one of those guys that's been just keeping his target, keeping his ideas in mind when he gets out there and runs, and he's doing a pretty good job right now. He still continues to do a good job because he is now only about a 400th of a second off from that one. The Tyler Boatma here, well, I think there's honestly one way to put it with him. He just completely ran away from the field and kind of took this one down a bounce or two. He's yet to be left alone or really taken out here, especially how he's been playing it out here. And let's see on the laps wise right now. Yeah, he's just moving it up, man. 3/10 faster than that. That's incredible to say the least. Let's go on board here with him and see how see from our new dash cam here how things are going. That power right there on the bottom right corner of the screen, that's how much momentum he's carrying through in those those turns and in those runs. That's what's really been holding him up the entire time here, keeping him stabilized in. Of course, being here at Darlington, South Carolina, there is a bit of a leeway here when it comes to each other trying to find their runs and trying to get their positions in. Pit strategy is going to be big here tonight as well. That's something we did not mention. Moving their way down and about. It is still Rick Spencer Wall having a pretty good running on his own end, kind of just keeping himself kind of occupied, keeping things clarified up a little bit. Paul Durkee doing everything he can right now to help himself out and try to stay away here from the rest of the field. And as he gets right back into the wall protection there, he's lucky there's not somebody right behind him there. McMillan's about 4.5 away from him here, so he's got a little bit of breathing room. That's something you still have to be careful about when you're running around here. Go on, buddy, or Brandon Coleman. Coleman right now. You gotta feel bad for the guy right now, man. He did not start out the way he wanted to, and that truck has just taken a beating ever since. He's been trying desperately to get back up there with him, but it has not played out the way he wants to. As Tyler Boatma has now gone into pit road. Will he play the strategy card here, and will he get things figured in? Right now, your two hard chargers are the guys right up front, Paul Durkee and Beck McMillan, and now Rick LePage taking a piece of that as well. But we have ourselves a new leader here in the books right now, as Paul Durkee has taken the race lead away from Tyler Boatman there. We'll see how long he lasts that lead and how he keeps it up for the end. This will definitely be a bit of a showcase on his end on how he can strengthen up and keep focused around. Still time to go and still runs to play out when you're running around here, especially when you're the leader at the point. Well, Tyler is the only one to go into pit road so far. He's the only one to strategize himself earlier in the run, and I think that might be because of the fact he was wearing and tearing those tires up so much. But it's hard to say sometimes because you can never be too sure around here. Justin Lawson there, another guy we've talked a lot about here on the show, the Fury Chevrolet number 20. He's always just been out here to just have a good time and really make pace with what he's got here and see if there's anything he can continue with further into the series. And he's one of those guys, man, you just can't help but respect a little bit for keeping on at it and always coming out and enjoying what he can do. So, yeah, at the end of the day, man, I think that's one thing that really sets the difference between a good league and a league that unfortunately just cannot hold up, and that's with the people that you know are there till the end and can help and will stay with you till the end. They're always there when you need them. And yeah, this is one of those guys you can definitely count on and trust to do just that. As the field comes down around right now, Paul Durkee has pretty much all but kind of taken over this race here. Mike McMillan trying to catch up to him, trying to make some moves here, but Brandon Coleman now in the sights of McMillan, maybe looking for a little bit of a pass as Coleman getting into turn 4's wall protection there. He had nowhere to go, and that truck gets a huge lick and a half there. Oh my, got really hard off that exit and just completely bashed it in. Man, Coleman's truck is just absolutely tore up. The 51's done and all over with if he can't get that thing figured out. And he's going into pit road now to try to help himself. Durkee right now about ready to almost lap up the whole field. He's got Spencer Wall next on the chopping block here, and Spencer is currently in the pit road zone right now, and Durkee's heading there too, looks like. So now that will set up an interesting spot here because we will have ourselves yet again another new leader up on the column here for the drivers. Mike McMillan will be the man to beat here in the high point for it. F-150s, you see the 10 there. Tyler Bowman just completely sent it up to the bottom line there into that run. He had a hard charge and a half there to say the least. Holy smokes. He just snuck her way in there and just stuck it in as hard as he could and hoped it would stick, and it definitely did. But man, he really had a run there. I know it's hard to pass here. The track that's too tough to tame, but holy smokes, that was a run and a half there if I ever saw one. On board here with Justin Lawson, as you see up on the show, he's currently trying to stay in that second spot, try to keep himself away from trouble here, but be a little bit easier said than done sometimes around this place here. Mike McMillan already going out into pit road. Lawson the only one out there right now. And here's how the pit strategy looks with these drivers. You can see LePage, Durkee, all going in and Boatma earlier on, choosing to go opt in when he needed to and got set himself up. And McMillan, now that he's in pit road, he will try to get that truck tailwind and whipped around. Coleman was the only one that did not go into pit road for a little bit out of the 7 drivers here tonight. Looks like he has put it in there now. He's trying to get things figured out as we're about to reach the halfway point now with these last winding down times going away here. Down across Tyler Bowman there. Coming right into your living room, up and above and around we go. Right back down and out once more. You just see all that power and all those packed fans here tonight. Here they were looking for some racing here, and they definitely are getting it from the guys that are just currently trying to wear and tear and survive from the track here. Currently right now getting word from the producers, we still have yet to find that mouse, but Justin Lawson here in the Fury, number 20, still up in the roan here. Lawson right now currently also the hard charge of the night. Talk about this here right now. He currently is up 6 spots on the leader here. And he is also heading into pit road as well. So looks like Lawson decides to go in there, which means now our current leader, Overlay, is going to go to Tyler Boatman. He is now taking the race lead away there from Lawson after that pit strategy. And if I had to guess right now, Bowman is probably in the driver's seat to really take home something here if he can get things worked all the way down to the end and to the T. There's still no gimmies around here at Darlington, though. You have to be patient. You have to make sure you're hitting everything you're supposed to and hit your marks up the way you have to. Rick Spencer out there in the 31 Chevrolet. One of the only Canadians out here tonight. Rick LePage, the other one. Trying to stay with it, trying to stay in position and ground here. Hammering him down around the corners here and back into position in the zone. Everybody on their spots, on their runs, trying desperately to keep things going. There's the other Canadian we have with us tonight, Rick LePage there. Currently dealing with that troubling turn 4 and the troubles that has been given to folks there all day. As you go to the dashboard cam here, take a look at this on the bottom right of your corner screen now. You can see how fast and how hard they are hitting them up, trying to stabilize them down. But it's easier said than done sometimes, considering how much those corners you get a little too hard off or too loose off. But you might know something too as you go into turn 1 and 2. He doesn't flow up nearly as much as he has to in turn 3 and 4. Remember, turn 3 and 4 are shorter. It's almost kind of like a progressive style turn you would see at like Iowa or something. But the biggest difference is that they have to still get those corners in and set them up to make sure that they have each turn down to a T. So some drivers have told me earlier, it's kind of like when you do with Pocono, where you're trying to find one turn to master and then that second, and then turn 2 is always just kind of like that area where you just run hard as you can in there and make it stick. Turn 1 and 3 are completely the difference, so they have to find a way to master one of them and just kind of get something averagely on the other. Brandon Coleman right now, currently one of the guys that is hammering it away and down in the position zone, trying to get there to Rick LePage. Rick LePage just kind of staying away from him, but he gets a little bit hard on that throttle off with the wall protection. Opens the door up a little bit for Coleman to kind of sneak his way in. The Toyota Tundra kind of creep it in. Somebody turn on the Jaws theme because he's coming on. And some like problems here for LePage, or at least he was just trying to get out of the way there for Coleman. I don't know if he was trying to give him a little bit of breathing room or chance to just make the pass. It looks like he will get just that though. As Tyler Bowman right now still has the race lead with just about 30 some odd laps to go here. Just under 30 laps to go, I should say. And LePage now opened the door up for the 5 of Durkee. Durkee is going to lap him as well, so still a pretty good crowd on hand here tonight, not just in the stands, but also some folks here in the chat joining us in. Also, if you're just catching us on the later half on YouTube, first off, thanks again for tuning on in. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. And next time, I believe we will be seeing these guys next time Wednesday night here up on the show. So hopefully we will have more of that, and hopefully less mice running around. Good Lord, my heart's still pumping from that stupid thing. Things are crazy, man. The 5 there now. Durkee's gonna make a big move here out of turn 2. Playing a little cat and mouse chase around here, trying to make a big jump in that position. The East Coast Racing Circuit number 5, trying to get up there with that 51 there. Brandon Coleman. Coleman doing everything he can though to stay away from him and trying to give himself a chance to try to get something figured out and laugh back at least. But I don't know if that's going to be the case here as he tries to corner it in one more time around turn 1 into 2. On the outside line goes Durkee and just completely diamonds off that turn out of turn 2. Nicely done for Mr. Durkee, making a big jump in that position and making a big jump around. And Rick LePage also found a way around Justin Lawson once more, so he will also have a little bit of spot up as he gets into the wall position out of turn 3 and a 4 here. That truck gets loose there, and that opens the door now to the 20 of Justin Lawson. Lawson makes a big jump around the front straightaway, taking it away from him here down that corner. We'll move it in once more here, trying to hold out and get back into this one. He's up in the top 5. I believe we will be talking with 4 or 5 drivers here tonight when this is all said and done, so be sure to stay with us here until the end. We still got a little bit of a race to go here. Final 22 laps left to go, and this man right here, Tyler Bowman, has just been the man to beat out here tonight in the Biscuitville number 10. He has not given an inch at all. You just thought right now he was on a road course because that's how far ahead he's away from these guys. Here, and it looks like Boma's going back into pit road. Oh, looks like strategy is going to be playing a big factor for him now, because Paul Durkee is going to get his lap. He's going to get that time back from him and be up from 8 seconds to take it in. Durkee has now the race lead with Mike McMillan still following behind here, so kind of a little deja vu around here. Trying to wheel it down here. We go on board here with McMillan. He's just trying to stay in there, man. He's staying with the throttle, that's for sure. No cautions in the entire race here, and unfortunately Coleman, I believe, been the only guy that's had a spin out here tonight, just struggling to get out of that problem. But you know, that's just one of those things that comes with racing sometimes. Is sometimes you're the guy that's getting the runs, and then sometimes, well, you're the one that's going into the turns and wondering how the heck are they passing me by so quickly. Tyler Bowman has a pretty good area where he's trying to jam it down around, trying to stabilize it in a little bit longer here. Has himself a pretty considerable, consistent run right now as he works it through out of turn 1 down into turn 2. Stabilizes it in here, and Justin Lawson, whoa, there's a huge thing of sparks flying right into your living room there, folks. The 5 of Paul Durkee going to have a little bit of company here. Justin Lawson decides he needs to pony up a little bit and move something around. I think that 5 might need a little bit more flex steel tape as they get right up close and personal. No touch, surprisingly there. Woohoo! Crossover there around turn 2. No, it's going to be the 5 of Durkee falling back a little bit more. Or excuse me, that was out of turn. Well, actually, that was out of turn 2. Yep, so turn 3 and 4 right here. And 20 of Lawson making a big jump around, making a pretty good spot up for himself. And now starting to move ahead a little bit. Durkee, man, that could have been disastrous for him. He's a race leader right now, and he had a little bit of company I don't think he was too appreciative of. Oh, it's all good in these races, though, boys. These guys love racing each other, and they have a good time. And I believe also there's folks around here that are still, if you're curious, you can join up with these guys and race with them, I believe. So if you're interested, just let them know. They'll get you in. Rick Spencer Wald, after a pretty good run last week, unfortunately, not seeming to get the same luck this week. Not sure if maybe it was just the track or what happened around here, but it has definitely slowed him up a little and set him back just a ways. Will that be the case to the end? It's hard to say, but laps are winding down here, down to the final 15, and Paul Durkee still out on the track here, just kind of hanging in there and just trying to see if maybe he can make the fuel run last a little longer here. Here's how the pit strategy works here, and here's how they've been playing out on tires wise. Durkee currently trying to maybe move a little bit there. Lawson right in front of him here. You don't want to pull a Jimmy Johnson from there, that corner earlier, man. You know what happened a couple seasons ago, or last season I should say. You definitely don't want that to come around here, especially with what you got right behind you. Boma is catching up, and he's catching quick. Durkee gonna have to open the door up here, moving him around one more time. Down around the front straightaway here, makes a big run, does the 10. And Boma all of a sudden just completely passing up leaders left and right, trying to make a jump around as he gets into the wall protection there. On board camera, you can just see how far Boma is just running away from Lawson all of a sudden. He has just gunned it on him. Lawson had a pretty good run earlier, you saw when he was dealing with Durkee, but Boma, I think, is just in another class of his own tonight. He wants to win this one badly. And he's trying to hang with there and trying to stay ahead of the whole field here to the best of his abilities. Mike McMillan right now currently about 11.5 seconds backed away from Durkee here. If we take a look at our lap time here, and you can see McMillan has been pushing just a little bit harder. He's trying to get up there with them down to the final 10 laps or so, and we'll see if that is going to be enough. But you got to also wonder, did they save out enough for fuel-wise and tire-wise, because that has been the big thing that everyone's been thinking about and trying to figure out all day long. And McMillan falling back a little bit there, that's not going to help his cause any. Durkee seems to finally figure this one out and get this one taken care of. Here, as I say that, sparks fly as he goes right into the wall protection there. Oh my, these guys are just tearing those trucks up and getting into the wall so hard. I'm amazed they haven't scraped the complete skin off those things. Running them around one more time. Boma there in the 10. Toyota Tundra trying, and I mean trying to push ahead by a mile and a half here. Let's take a look where he's at with McMillan. You can see that's all green. That means good there for Boma. Not so much for McMillan. He's catching them, man. He's pushing for everything he's got. Catch up second by second by second by second. And with only 8 laps, only about 9 laps, or 8 laps to go, I should say, when Durkee gets across the stripe, that's really going to be a bit of a challenge and a half here to see who will be able to hold out there. Although it's not out of the woods yet either, he still has to lay down laps and finish this one out. Time starting to close in, possibly a little bit more than some. He'll have to deal with the 20 of Justin Lawson here as the Fury, number 20 Chevrolet. Right there with him, right in the spotlight. The Ford F-150, number 5 Flex Tape. Paul Durkee trying to get a little bit more push, a little more run into the zone side by side. They'll take it in turn 3 and 4. That's not a turn you usually want to see them go in, but we've seen some crazier things happen down there. Holds out, does Lawson, and Durkee gonna try maybe one more move there, or maybe just try to keep up with the draft line. Not to be sure, not really aware of how he's been trying to stabilize it and keep it up there, but it seems to be working for him. Down one more time. Will Boatma have enough speed to carry? He's got about an 18-second gap away there from Durkee. Durkee right now has pretty much stabilized this one in. He's not giving anything up to him just yet here. He's definitely not giving anything out to him. At the top 5 here up in the race results here with final 5 laps to go. I don't think there's enough time for Boatma to catch him. I think he might have misjudged and miscalculated. But it's hard to say because anything can happen in those final 5 laps when they come. Durkee is not done yet. He still has to make sure he's saved enough fuel and reserve the tires up. And that's saying a lot around here. He knows there could be trouble if he's not careful. And that looks like you can hear him actually get off that throttle and actually getting into the gear, actually shifting around a little bit. Looks like he's actually trying to save the fuel because he knows he's running out of time. When you hear someone clutch in like that, that generally means they're running way low on fuel. They're running low on tires as well. So they're trying to save them up to the best of their chances in their worst case scenario. Durkee is the veteran when he knows this stuff. He's been there before. He's worked his way through it most of the times. Tyler Boatma is not giving up though. He wants one last chance at it. Rick LePage right behind him. Maybe trying to give him one little push or so to try to help him and secure it in, but I don't think there's enough time here. Move their way through once again, and now final 3 laps. Unless Durkee makes a big mistake here, he did not save, or he is literally running on fumes. I think he'll have enough time here to win this one. What a race it has been for him, and what a battle it's been all the way through. Give credit to Mike McMillan and Tyler Boatma though, man. Those guys put up everything they had to try to take down Durkee, but it just was not enough here. Durkee is coming closer and closer and closer to the end of this one. He just needs a few more laps around, and this is going to be it. There comes the white flag now up on the screen here this next time by as he comes out of turn 3 down into turn 4. From 2 to 1. White flag is out for the number 5 of Paul Durkee. Now can he keep the truck just stabilized one more time? He doesn't want to run out of fuel. He doesn't want to pull a Lightning McQueen. All of a sudden 2 tires go down, and then he's trying to stretch across and stick his tongue out for the win. Although I don't think he's going to have to worry about that, because out of turn 3 into turn 4, the flex tape number 5 puts this one into victory lane tonight, pulling a big victory and a big win for him and his team. What a win. Final results are in, and Durkee takes this one to the end and finishes it out. A pretty astounding race here for what they had to work with and how many they had out there. What the? And Justin Lawson, I think, just took the whole motor out of Paul Durkee. And just smacked the heck out of him there. Holy cow, he took a hit and a half there to say the least. Ouch. I've heard of putting it into victory lane on pretty much nothing but just a shred of tire, but I mean, I don't think I've ever heard of a truck just being a shred completely and then making it into victory lane, but hey, sometimes it works out that way. Paul Durkee is your race winner here tonight as we take a look at the race results, and the motor just goes on his end. Here's the final results. Paul Durkee takes this one home. Mike McMillan second, third to Tyler Boatma, fourth to Justin Lawson, fifth to Rick LePage, sixth to Brandon Coleman, and seventh to Rick Spencer-Walt to finish it out. As you see Coleman there celebrating with Durkee. Definitely got to be a little bit pleased about that one here. We'll head down now and talk with our drivers here after this one. There's been quite a battle all the way through, and quite a bit of a showcase here for them. So here we are now, top 5 up on your screen here. We'll give them a little quick word or so here, see if they would like to talk with us here, of course. All right, let's go ahead and talk with our 5th driver here tonight, this being Rick LePage. Rick, man, I know that was a bit of a long, hard haul there for you, but you were making some ground up, but just ended up a lap down. What I was all down with the Darlington tonight?
Well, it was lots of fun. I just tried to keep it cool and stay off the wall the best I could.
You definitely did indeed there, and still at the end of the day, it was a little bit of a hard thing to do, especially with how tight those corners are. How tough can you say that this place is?
This place is pretty tough. This is the first time I've raced this track, and you learn to appreciate how to drive it really quickly.
For sure there. Well, Rick, anything else you got to say to your friends and family tonight?
Well, just thanks to the whole team here, and thank you as well, Christian.
Absolutely, bud. Appreciate you coming on board, and congratulations on the 5th place finish.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, Rick LePage there in the number 9, finishing 5th here tonight, as we now take it down to our number 4th place finisher here. This is Justin Lawson. Justin now tuning in with us here, and congratulations on the 4th place finish. And like we said with the other Rick LePage there, it was just tracks tight and the turns were tighter. But what was it like there for you? Because I know I got you seeing the wall a little bit a few times tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is my first race ever on this track, and it is absolutely the track too tough to tame.
I mean, well, they don't nickname these things for no reason. They have to nickname them for some reason. Otherwise, they would have nicknamed me the Crusader. Although I don't know what that came around for.
Yeah, it's a tough track to get around, that's for sure.
It definitely was, but hey, you still managed to hold tough, and hey, top 5 is nothing to sneeze at out of Darlington. So, what do you want to say here to that finish tonight?
Oh yeah, it was a good way to come out. It's mostly on pit strategy. I only stopped once. Most of the other guys came in twice. So
Definitely there. Well, nevertheless, Justin,
yep.
appreciate you coming on board here tonight and having a good run there with these guys. We hope to see you next time out here on the Wednesday night series.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, your 4th place finisher here tonight, Justin Lawson, in the number 20 here, coming to a 4th place finish. We'll now take it down to our 3rd place finish here tonight. That by a guy by the name of Tyler Boatma. And Tyler is definitely, in my opinion, that one of those guys that just didn't quite get the pit run the way he was hoping for, and it didn't play out the way he was hoping. But Tyler, man, that was still a lot of work you had to put in tonight, man.
Yeah, strategy just didn't pay off. The number 10 Wolfpack Biscuitville was quick tonight. We had a lot of pace. We had 2 tires. Thought I'd take advantage of it, splitting it up, and didn't work out.
No, not in this case. But I mean, at the end of the day, you were still giving everything you had and fighting your way through to the end here. What was the pit strategy really in your case? Because a lot of folks were wondering here tonight.
Well, we were given 2 tires just because the track's so tough and rough. So I was just splitting her up in thirds and hard charging the whole time. So
Definitely there. Well, nevertheless, here still time going about and time going away just wasn't enough here. But you're still 3rd place here tonight, so you want to thank you for that, man.
Biscuitville.
That's it?
That's it, man. Biscuitville.
Fair enough. Tyler, thanks again for tuning on in, man, and congratulations on a 3rd place finish here.
Thanks, bro.
Tyler Bowman there in the third place here tonight, as we now take it down to our 2nd place finisher, that being Mike McMillan, as he now will tune in here with us. And Mike, congratulations on a 2nd place finish here, as we just now seen here. Came up a little short there to Durkee, but you two had a pretty good battle there when things were going. How was the pit strategy playing out for you here?
Yeah, I was just trying to make it to halfway and get in there for some fuel.
You were indeed. I know it never quite came the way you were hoping for and the way you wanted it to, but I mean, still nothing to sneeze at for a 2nd place finish on a track that even I've never even been able to tame.
That is a beast of a track. I was hoping to make it 1 tire run without hitting the wall, but I was unsuccessful.
In this case, that is the case, but nevertheless, man, still, you were able to make a pretty good run and a pretty good case in this one, so who do you want to thank here tonight?
Oh, just these guys for putting together a fun league.
Yep. Anything else?
That's about it.
All right, fair enough here. But nevertheless, Mike, congratulations again on 2nd place finish here, and definitely a great group of guys to work with, obviously, and we're pulling up a pretty good show for what we got out of this one.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike McMillan, your second place finisher here tonight. We'll take it down to our first place finisher. That by a guy by the name of Paul Durkee. As he now comes to us here up on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Durkee is in the house. And Paul, man, I know you've been waiting a while for hear from us, but a win here tonight. And Carter Casey Mackey, we're rooting you on in the chat now, man. That was definitely something to finish out with.
Yeah, it was a little bit of pit strategy there. I knew it was going to be close. I had two laps left to the good, so good race.
2 laps left to good in the oil, and obviously we know Boma was trying to catch up there to you, but just didn't quite play out his way. Was there really anything you were kind of worried about to the end there when you were getting into that close counter?
Well, it hit the wall a couple times, but flex tape, she kept that old bucket of bolts held together, so wasn't too bad.
Not too bad at all, but nevertheless here, still strong finish and a strong showcase on your end. Congratulations on that, and what do you want to say to your friends and family out here tonight, man?
Well, I'd like to thank my mama, and I'd like to thank my bulldog.
Sounds good to me.
And PTM Radio, or PTM Television for broadcasting this stuff for us. We couldn't do it without you guys.
We always love coming out here and just giving you guys a show and working with you as much as we can. And y'all definitely can put up a good show when time comes. So thanks again for that, and we do appreciate the support. Congratulations on your win here tonight, Paul.
Yeah, thank you. And next week we should have a bunch more guys. There was just some circumstances that happened this week that we didn't have our normal guys.
Race fans, you heard that here in the chat and here in the show right now. We'll have a lot more coming your way here, and hopefully also, I'm not going to lie, I do apologize for the early intro. We had a mouse in the house, and it was in the studio, so it ended up completely messing up a lot of our stuff to start. But we still got the full race entirety, so we do apologize for the lack of communication on the start.
No problem.
All right. I mean, if anything, at least when you guys were single file, it at least helped a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll get you some caution so you can do some mid-race interviews here sometime.
I don't know. The fans seem to love it when you guys go long green flag runs, so you talk to them about that one. But we still got your top 5 in, so I think that's fair enough, right?
Yeah, that's good job. Good job.
All right. Anyway, Paul, we're going to call it a night, man, but thanks for tuning on in. Congratulations on the win again, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight, Paul Durkee, the winner of the track that's too tough to tame, and that's going to wrap it up here tonight. For the first showing, we will have one more race coming your way, and I promise you guys, as long as that darn mouse doesn't run around here again, I promise you it'll be a lot more professional and a lot less chaotic. So thanks again for tuning in, and the dirt is coming up here in just a few short minutes. Give us about, I'd say about 40 minutes or so, probably about maybe an hour of that, and we will be back up for a 1 hour race of the dirt racing here. It will be down at Lanier for Pedal to the Metal Racing League. Will there be finally a stop to the undefeated one, or will we see some crazy racing and battles to the end? We do not know. We know Lanier, though, can put up a show. We'll see how it all plays out. But for now, be safe. God bless. Take care. Thanks again to East Coast Racing Circuit for a good show. And we'll see you next time with the Green Flag 5s right here on PTM Racing TV.